Somebody said Microsoft is trying their damnness to replace Halo devs with AI. Wouldn't you rather have AI than these guys? Microsoft pro tip, you should investigate what your consumers and what the people who buy Xboxes care about. If you hate your target market, you are never going to be successful. What's going on, guys? So some historic news today. Xbox is laying off 9,000 people with its gaming division hit the hardest. There are massive layoffs across all of Xbox's gaming divisions. Everwild, which was being produced by Rare, this hippy-dippy nonsense game, is canceled. Massive Chin Girl Boss game, Perfect Dark, and here's old Joanna Dark on the left for reference. This game has been canceled. Guys, it is a major chud win and a major chud victory today. So, guys, I want us to just appreciate this moment, just celebrate this moment, because exactly what we have been saying all along is happening. We've called out these hateful anti-white, anti-male, anti-morality games. We've told them how terrible we are and that we don't want them. South of Midnight, Avowed, Redfall, FBC Firebreak, Flintlock, all of these terrible Xbox exclusives that were woke and nobody wanted. We told Xbox we don't want these games, and they funded them and they made them anyway. And guys, before y'all think this is some kind of console war thing where I'm anti-Xbox and pro PlayStation, look, PlayStation is woke as hell, in case you forgot. They made freaking Last of Us 2. The Last of Us TV show has been horribly woke. The only company more woke than Xbox is PlayStation. So the PS5 is a disaster as well. About a year ago, you saw how many people the PlayStation Studios was laying off. So look, guys, this is not a console war thing at all. PlayStation is horribly woke. Xbox is horribly woke, and they are reaping what they have sown. They're getting exactly what they deserve. So, guys, but y'all, I just want us to sit and appreciate and breathe in this moment of like a win, boys. Y'all got a win. We actually got a win. This is a major chud victory. And do I need to remind you yet again? I know this is pretty old now, but quite a few years ago, Xbox canceled an amazing exclusive called Scalebound, and I'm still salty about it. And instead of having a cool exclusive, they produced all these woke girl boss games starring Deborah Wilson. They had 50 black girl boss slop games coming to Game Pass. And look, last January, check out this. Microsoft boasts Xbox records, but hardware sales collapse, drags gaming revenue down. Here's what I got to give props to PlayStation for understanding. Exclusive, desirable content is the only thing that has ever driven hardware sales. The internet hasn't changed that. YouTube hasn't changed that. Streaming hasn't changed that. If you don't have exclusive content that people want, people will not buy your box. And look, I don't think there's a ton of interesting exclusive content on the PS5 either, but what Sony is doing right now is they're just slightly ahead of Xbox. And that's all you have to do, because Xbox is basically killing themselves. So here's a couple other articles. All the Xbox games canceled and studios closed in Microsoft's latest mass layoffs. Microsoft laying off 3,000 people. Massive layoffs. Games canceled. And it's because, as we've said, we didn't want these games, guys. Why did y'all fund these horrible, woke LGBTQ nonsense games that nobody wanted? But guys, I'm going to go back to the fact that evil games deserve to die and evil studios deserve to go under. And as we've seen here, this is exactly what's happening. These games were full of hatred. These games hated men. They hated families. They hated white people. They hated morality. These people right here, these degenerates right here, they hate all of the things listed on the left here. And these people should not be making games. And it's been failure after failure after failure, and they're getting exactly what they deserve. And if you go back and watch my It's Dead video from just a couple days ago, this is exactly what we've been praying for. I think the Bible says, do not delight in evil, but rejoice in the truth. And I'm not delighting in evil. I'm delighting in good. It is good when a woke studio that is full of hate closes. That it is good when that happens. And so if you remember my It's Dead video here on the left, I was calling for the firing of people and the closing of studios, because I think some of us mistakenly think that you can just go into these ultra woke studios and just tell them, hey, make a based game, make a Gears of War game. Guys, that's not how it works. These people are ideologues. These people are such, I've got them down here, but the Matt Hansons and the Colby Paynes, these guys are such ideologues that you can't go in there and tell them, oh, just make a based game. Like, they don't even know what a based game is. They hate gamers. They hate their fan base. So, guys, this is what has to happen. Everybody has to be fired, and we must start over. And, guys, I just want to remind y'all, if you love your fans, if you love your fan base, and if you love video games, you will always succeed. You will always be a success. Mecha Break, which is doing really, really well right now on the Steam charts, is proof that if you love your fans and you love gamers and you love video games, you can be a massive success. So, guys, just to back up here, Medal of Honor and Halo were some of the first games that got me back into console gaming. I loved based games like Gears of War, Chronicles of Riddick, Halo. I even really liked PUBG when it came out on the Xbox One. Like, I have had so many good memories with Xbox over the years. And the thing that sucks is, like, I'm not gonna jump over to the PlayStation ecosystem because all my friends are still on Xbox. All my achievements are still on Xbox. I have hundreds and hundreds of games on my Xbox Series X. And the one thing that I will give Xbox credit for this generation is backwards compatibility. My buddy Daniel, who bought a PS5 recently, told me he wishes that he had bought a Series X because of all of the backwards compatibility. Like, on the Series X, you can play hundreds of games from the 2000s. 2023 was when I realized that Xbox was going pedal to the metal, fully woke, and I didn't care about the console war garbage anymore. I just didn't care about it because Xbox was going fully woke and PlayStation is going fully woke. Honestly, I wish there was a console. The PC is the closest thing to a politically neutral machine that you can have, because Xbox is a deeply political machine now and PlayStation is a political machine now. And so you can't really do anything about that. But just as we're doing a couple victory laps here, I want to remind y'all of this tweet from October 2022, where Microsoft said this retarded shit. Inspired by the public's response to our 2022 Pride flag, we're expanding our design to represent 40 LGBTQI plus tilde, backward sign, plus sign, fart sign, percentage sign communities, and making it available to everyone to use and build on. 2 years later, Microsoft laid off a DEI team, and its lead wrote an internal email blasting how DEI is no longer business critical. Microsoft pro tip: you should investigate what your consumers and what the people who buy Xboxes care about and what they think. And if you hate them, if you hate your target market, you are never going to be successful. Mecha Break up here, these guys love their audience and they made a great game. But if you hate your audience and you think your audience are chuds, your game is going to fail. It's as simple as that. A couple more articles here. These top two I already showed you. I thought these were interesting. Halo Studios reportedly hit by Microsoft layoffs and moves toward contracted studios. Guys, y'all know how I feel about the gay ass retarded nonsense going on over at Halo Studios. I hope it shuts down. I literally, in order to learn their effing lesson, I hope they have to sell off the Halo IP to somebody else who can actually do something good with it. Microsoft is trying their somebody said Microsoft is trying their damnness to replace Halo devs with AI. Wouldn't you rather have AI than these guys? Like this hateful dude on the left who says he hates gamers and the guy on the right who says he hates Elon Musk. I'd rather have AI than an ultra woke lib Redditor. But guys, in the spirit of talking about Xbox, I just want to remind y'all of the Xbox timeline. 2001 to 2005 was the OG Xbox. In a lot of ways, they pioneered the achievement system on Xbox 360. I think the OG Xbox was one of the first consoles to really figure out how multiplayer gaming would work. It was awesome. It was pioneering. The OG Xbox couldn't hold a candle to the PlayStation 2 as far as like a game catalog. I mean, the PlayStation 2 will always be legendary. But the OG Xbox deserves some credit for pioneering Halo and bringing about a lot of cool things. The Xbox 360 generation needs to be studied in just how amazing it was. And in my basement right now, I probably have 200 games or 200 or 300 games in physical format from the Xbox 360 generation that I still regularly play. And it was the last time that Microsoft really prioritized exclusives. They prioritized hardware, and they did incredible. Xbox One was when the collapse began, and it seems they tried to turn the Xbox One into some kind of a TV thing, and they said games are going all digital. And it was just everything has honestly been a disaster for Xbox ever since 2014, ever since the Xbox One. So a lot of fans got excited in 2018 when Microsoft thought they could throw money at the problem, and they bought Bethesda, they bought Obsidian, they bought Activision. And a lot of us Xbox owners were like, "Oh, this is going to be awesome." But what we didn't realize is that there were things were attached to this money. All of these billions of dollars they spent, they were just going to inject woke girl boss DEI into the games. And like, guys, isn't it fun to think of a alternate timeline where instead of Microsoft buying all these companies and making them woke and leftist, they buy all these companies and it's a return to form, and they make based old school Xbox exclusives again. That never happened, but it's crazy and cool to think how good it could have been if Xbox had prioritized awesome AAA games, do a based reboot of Gears of War, create new AAA exclusive IP, but they didn't. I'll show you up. These were the games that they made. This is what they threw their money into, and it was a complete failure. So moving forward a little bit in the Xbox timeline, we have the Series X, which is competing with the PS5. And guys, have y'all ever thought about this? Xbox could have won the exclusive game a long time ago. All they had to do was in 2022 or whatever it was, when like, what is it, like 100 million people online playing Minecraft? I don't know. All they had to do was say, "Hey, Minecraft is exclusive to Xbox now," or "Hey, Minecraft is exclusive to Xbox and PC now." It would have put PlayStation out of business, but those of y'all who are Xbox fans, I want to remind you, this is proof that Microsoft does not care about their fans. They don't care about the Xbox, and they don't care about it as a piece of hardware, and they're fine with it failing, is because they didn't do this. They could have done this. They could have won the quote unquote console war, which I don't even give a shit about anymore, but they could have won by just making Minecraft an exclusive. So things got worse in 2024 when Xbox started this play anywhere nonsense. And because what Xbox doesn't seem to understand is that play anywhere is not a cool offering. Being able to play anywhere is not cool. At the end of the day, you're still an Xbox. Ask the average person on the street what Xbox Play Anywhere means, and they don't know. All they know is that an Xbox is a video game box that sits in front of your TV. It's like Microsoft. If you're going to change your product offering from that, don't call it an Xbox anymore. Call it a everywhere machine. So I guess what I'm saying is it was really a failure of branding from the beginning. Like, Xbox, this is why your hardware sales have been shit, because you should have prioritized hardware. You should have prioritized AAA exclusive games that you could only play on Xbox. But instead, to make a little bit of cash, they ported everything over to the PS5. And guys, honestly, is it not true that Sony has maintained a lead by doing absolutely nothing? Like, I booted up the PS5 the other day looking for exclusives to play, and it was like God of War woke Ragnarok, like all of these woke remasters and reboots of old PlayStation games. Like, the PS5 has maintained the lead on the Xbox by doing absolutely nothing. Just to bring this full circle, this is a huge chud victory. This is a huge win. Exactly what we've been saying. We've been saying these games were terrible, and that these games were gonna fail, and that these games were gonna bring about the end of Xbox. And we've been praying for people to get fired so that we could get some new AAA exclusive video games. And this is what happens. This is exactly what happens. And everything that we said was going to happen is happening now. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.